7 straight with a groin injury. The Lakers had that brutal stretch of games while he was out.
Yep.
It didn't get much better on Saturday, though. All right. LeBron back in action, as we mentioned. Missed the previous 7 with the groin injury. Early in the first quarter, Bulls leading 3-2. Luka finds LeBron on the drive.
Like he never left.
And LeBron back to work. This time he finds Jackson Hayes.
Jackson Hayes has got a new lease on life.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, you think?
Yeah.
Matas Buzelis gets in the action here behind the back.
Sleep on the young fella.
Come on
Where was
now.
that, the dunk contest?
Why didn't he do that in San Francisco?
Yeah, right?
Come on, Mata.
3 minutes left in the second. Lakers down 57-51. Oh. Luka, step back.
Luka had an all-time first half.
And Luka gets the Querim here from the logo. Luka with a heat check. Why not?
All in the first half.
Let's get to the third quarter now.
Things look fine then.
The Bulls start to make their move. Kobe White
Man, we got to start giving Kobe White
to the quarter.
He's nice.
To Buzelis for 3.
And I respect the Bulls still playing hard.
Josh Giddey with one of his 8 steals on the night.
Kobe.
Gets ugly now. Kobe White.
I'm not going to put that on him.
Fourth quarter.
Yeah, don't do that.
Patrick Williams rattles that one home. Bulls win big.
Respect, Bulls.
Oh,
There's another
LeBron.
one of those steals.
That one was kind of a gift, though.
Yeah. Almost had a quadruple-double. Almost.
146. The Bulls win 146 to 115. Here's LeBron.
We got 12 games to position ourselves, in the postseason. We pretty much can control our own destiny if we win ball games and not have to be in the play-in. So that's what JJ's been preaching. Obviously, I think he told that to you guys. You want to be in the playoffs and not the play-in. So that's up to us.
All right, the Lakers are now 2 games back of the Rockets for the 2 seed, and according to ESPN Analytics, have a 10% chance at finishing second in the West. LeBron sounds like he plans on finishing the season strong here with 12 games remaining. So, Carlos, what should the Lakers be focused on here?
I think health and defense. Obviously, you want to be as healthy as you can going into the playoffs. You want Bron healthy. You want Luka healthy. They got Rui back as well the other night. You want all your pieces. You want all the clips in the chamber to be out there to be able to compete. I think also you got to be concerned about the defense a little bit. You gave up 146 points to the Bulls, 70 points in the paint. That's too many. This has been a team that's been playing really good defense the last couple of months. You want to get back to having your rotations down, finishing the defensive possessions with rebounds. All that being said, you really want them to be healthy going into the postseason and get as high of a seed as possible, because if the series goes to 7 games, you'd rather have it in LA at the crib.
I think also the defense that you mentioned, Carlos, like the way they've been playing and in this run that they've had really since mid-January when they went to this system it's an exercise in trust, right? This is an analytics-based approach that they're doing. They're letting teams decide, they're deciding who they want to beat you on the other team, okay? And so you have to just trust, all right, we defend these guys, but we're going to let those other guys get their shots. Yesterday, they let everybody get their shots. And so you have to trust the system. You have to trust that people will regress back to the mean and trust the analytics. Right here, they just let everybody score yesterday. And I mean,
146 is wild.
Everybody scored. And I think, and we all said this after the trade. Okay, they traded Anthony Davis and Max Christie, 2 great defensive players. How are they going to guard in the paint? Now, I think in this game, this was more of a pace issue. I think Chicago gets up and down the court, and so that changes your defense in the half court. They need to get back to trusting it, and that, to me, came down to LeBron James. He was the defensive quarterback out there, and as soon as he gets healthy and back into his rhythm, that's when we see if that defense can hold.
You know, in the James years with the Lakers, they pretty much have not cared about seeding as long as they're in the top 6, right? You don't want to play in the play-in. In this schedule, look, I'm sure you want to rest your stars, but you want to get a great seeding too. And right now the Lakers have the 5th toughest remaining schedule. Looking at their schedule the rest of the way, everybody they're playing with, exception to the New Orleans Pelicans on April 4th, have something to play for.
Yeah.
They're all either trying to get a play-in or increase their playoff seeding. There's no gimmies, which is, good, I think, for LeBron and Luka to be in a challenging situation, get their team playoff tested. But I don't think they're really in a position to rest folks.
And facing a Magic team today that's number 2 in the NBA on defense. They may struggle scoring the ball.
They're playing better.
You know, Dwight's going to be in the house. He's getting enshrined into the Magic Hall of Fame. So, you know, it's going to be an interesting one. That's not an easy place to start for sure. Thunder facing off against a potential first-round playoff opponent in the Clippers last night. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. No J-Dub, no Jalen Williams, no Chet Holmgren. Poke from behind, bogey on the run. And Ben Simmons is siding there with a floater.
Pretty. Glad he's back.
Yeah, fourth quarter action continues. Shai works him in the mid-range over bogey.
Not as good of a highlight for him. Ben Simmons on the defense there.
Here's Kawhi.
Oh.
Case and Wallace. Get off me, young man.
In case you forgot.
And again, this is a close one here. Kawhi jab step, free throw jumper is good.
2 premier defenders on him. He still finds a way to get a good shot off.
2-point ball game. Dort on the baseline drive finds Caruso
Nice
open for
left-handed
3.
pass.
Gets the bounce.
What a big pickup for them.
Shooter's
Especially
touch.
on the defensive end, right? Like as we'll see right here.
Thunder with
Look
the
at this
lead.
double. Look at this.
Kawhi
Jason
for the
Wallace.
win.
Look at the box out. Great defense by the Thunder.
So the
See a lot of
Thunder
that.
hold on to win by 2. Nick Gallo with Alex Caruso after the game.
Alex, that last 8 minutes was basically played within one possession. What does it feel like to have that level of tension for that long?
Yeah, it's good. It's good for this time of year. That's what games are going to be like in the postseason, so it's good reps for us.
You guys just battled. This was a defensive struggle all night. What's the key in terms of the execution late when a game's like that?
Yeah, I think just finding a way to win. We made plays late. Shai had a good deflection. I had a steal. Hart had a couple of big rebounds. Just finding plays when the ball's not going in how it usually does.
Yeah, Nick Gallo.
Hey, what's up? George Sedano in from
That's
Malika
awesome.
Andrews here, Ramona Shelburne, Mark Spears, and Carlos Boozer here joining us to have some fun today. All right, yesterday was a clutch win for OKC. Clutch minutes come in the final 5 minutes of a fourth quarter or overtime when the score is within 5 points. And so far this season, the Thunder have the least amount of clutch minutes in the entire league. So, Carlos, is this a potential first-round matchup here, and what do you make of what you saw?
Yeah, I love the game. The game was great. They went back and forth. I saw Kawhi Leonard out there making shots. Couldn't make the last one to get over the hump. But this OKC team just checks off all the boxes. They got a superstar in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, MVP candidate, obviously. They got a ton of guys around them that play great defense. They score the ball. They defend the ball. They rebound the ball. They're doing a lot of this right now without Jalen Williams. I think they're outstanding. Then on the other side with the Clippers, you got Ty Lue having a phenomenal season with all the in and out of Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi now is back. I think he's the X factor. Powell's playing like at an all-star level. James Harden is a threat. Zubac's having the best year of his career. What an amazing series this would be in the Western Conference. If these two teams could match up, woo!
It's not going to take much for these two teams to match up. They're sitting there right in the 8 spot right now. Minnesota's in the 7. And so it wouldn't take much for this to be the 1-8 matchup in the first round. And I wouldn't want to play them if I was the Thunder because this is a game Clipper team. They have rested Kawhi Leonard for most of the year.